Oh, you're broke. Okay, I just started my third job. Oh, you're out of shape. I just got a gym membership. Who do you think these girls are letting in between their legs? It's the elite, nonchalant dude who doesn't give a fuck about what anybody has to say about him. Boys, what is up? It's your boy Rob Benesetti's here again with another raw talk. And today I just want to talk about the importance of not giving a fuck and channeling out outside noise. Guys, I became so elite when I stopped giving a fuck about what the people had to say about me. A couple of videos back, I mentioned this old head that I used to work with, and I told you guys that he would always talk shit about me and would always belittle me. And I'm not gonna lie, at that point in time, it did get to me only because what he was saying was partially true. I was still beating my meat. I was still chasing females. I was still doom scrolling. I was still a loser. And I'm here to tell you guys, like, you don't have to be elite yet. You don't have to have it all there yet. As long as you're actively trying to move the needle forward each and every single day and you're actively trying to become elite, that's all that matters. Because if you're doing those things, what the fuck could the people say about you? Oh, you're broke. Okay, I just started my third job. Oh, you're out of shape. I just got a gym membership. Oh, you get no females. I'm trying to better myself and work on myself. Oh, you have so much acne. Okay, I just started drinking more water. Like, that's what you guys have to start telling yourselves, bro. But if you're not actively doing those things, then yeah, they have every right to call you out on your bullshit. They have every right to call you out on your bullshit. And even with the females, there'd be times where I'd be in the gym with my boys and they'd be like, oh, I don't want to go up to that girl. That's creepy. Motherfucker, do you think if a swole dude who was elite, charismatic, and smelled good, if he went up to all those girls in the gym each and every single day, you think they would call him creepy? Hell no. The only reason why they're calling you creepy is because you look like a caveman, you're out of shape, you have no charisma, and you smell like shit. Of course she's gonna call you creepy. Guys, who do you think these girls are letting in between their legs? It's the elite, nonchalant dude who doesn't give a fuck about what anybody has to say about him. Because he's that guy. Of course he's not gonna care. Guys, when anybody talks shit about me, I laugh. Because what the fuck could they say? If anybody calls me a loser, out of shape, broke, or any of these negative things, it's a joke because it's not true. If you're actually living in your truth and you're actually doing the things to become the best version of yourself, then nobody can say shit about you. But it's when you don't do it. It's when you're still a loser. You live like a bum. You still beat your meat. You still doom scroll. You still chase women. That's when they have every right to call you a loser. It's not when you're chasing your dreams. It's not when you're actively becoming the best version of yourself. It's never that, because that's not true. And then at that point, you have to decipher, okay, is this person trying to give me constructive criticism, or are they hating on me? And that's when you started to level up, when you got haters. But don't try to call out your man for trying to better you. He's just trying to give you constructive criticism. Because you're still a loser. And he knows that shit, bro. He sees it. And that's the thing. We got to bring back bullying, bro. Bullying was never a bad thing. It was never a bad thing. That's what separates men from women, bro. Females can never talk shit about each other and it not be a problem. Guys, we should be able to do that shit. If it's meaningful and if it's actually true. If my boy calls me out for some shit I'm doing or tells me I'm not going hard enough, I love that shit. I'll take it into consideration because he might be true. He might be right. Right? What he just said might be true. All right, bet. Now I'm going to go even harder. I'm going to make myself unrecognizable. That's what you have to start thinking, bro. That's what you have to start thinking about yourself. Like, how can I get better from what this person just said about me? And until then, you're never going to get better. Every time you take what people have to say about you in a negative light, that's when your mind starts to internalize it and it becomes your personality. Are you going to let people talk shit about you? Are you going to do that and not do anything about it? Are you going to let these people call you a loser? Are you going to let these people call you fat? Are you going to let these people call you broke? What are you going to do? Are you going to give up like a pussy? Or are you going to become a man and prove these people wrong? That's the conversation you have to have with yourself each and every day, bro. Every time that shit comes up, every time someone calls you fat, every time someone calls you skinny, every time someone calls you ugly, every time someone calls you broke, you have to take it into consideration and actually improve on it, bro. I used to hate when people call me skinny, bro. I used to hate that shit. Until one day it actually clicked in my head like, oh shit. Let me actually get swole. Now what? Okay, you're broke. Okay, let me actually start making money. Let me start making 10K a month. Now what? Oh, you get no females. Let me actually try to be more charismatic and actually improve my self hygiene. Right? Let me start improving my hygiene. Let me start getting whitening strips for my teeth. Let me start drinking more water so I have less acne. Let me start improving my life. That's what you guys have to start thinking. But if you're always in defense mode, you're blocking out all these negative comments. Now you are a loser because you're not bettering yourself. You're always in defense mode. Guys, hate never comes from above. Realize that. Hate never comes from above. If somebody you look up to is telling you some shit, or somebody that's older than you that you look up to is telling you like, yo, like you need to stop doing this, it's going to lead to this, or you need to stop doing all these things, right? Listen to that shit, bro. They're trying to give you encouragement, words of encouragement. They're trying to give you words of wisdom, bro. Listen to that shit. And that was my problem. I was listening to that shit. When that old head at my job was talking shit about me, I would get mad, bro. I would internalize it. And I became a loser. It wasn't until I actually realized like, yo, like this shit is an actual problem. This shit is an actual problem, bro. Oh shit. Now I gotta change. That light bulb clicked in my head. That light bulb lit up in my head. I'm like, oh shit. Now I actually do gotta change. Maybe I am a loser. Maybe I am broke. Maybe I am skinny. You know? But you guys don't realize this shit because you're always trying to swat it down. Because you're acting like a pussy. Guys, these people are not trying to come after you, bro. Constructive criticism is not a bad thing. Hate is not a bad thing. Bullying is not a bad thing. And when you realize that, that's exactly when you're going to become elite. That's exactly when you become the best version of yourself. That's exactly when all these good things are going to start happening for you. But until then, bro, you're going to stay in the same spot, bro. All of my boys always come to me for advice. And I'm starting to realize it. The reason why they do that shit is not because I'm the best person to get advice from. It's not because of that. Because I keep it real and raw with them, bro. I don't play around with these guys. Right? I tell them what it is and that's it. I don't fucking sugarcoat shit with them, bro. I don't tell them, oh, you know, that girl probably dumped you because, you know, she just had to change her heart. That's bullshit, bro. All of my friends come to me because they know I'm going to tell them facts. I'm going to tell them what it is. I'm going to tell them stop being a pussy and fucking level up. Become an elite, bro. That's the best revenge you can have towards these people, bro. Becoming elite. But you guys want to just sit back and be in defense mode all the time and become a pussy and just cry about everything. You guys gotta change, man. Time is ticking, bro. Time is ticking. You guys gotta change. And the first step is here, bro. The first step is here. So if somebody's telling you some shit about yourself and that something's wrong, listen to that shit, bro. Listen to that shit. Cause I'm telling you, it's not hate, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You gotta stop giving a fuck, dog. Why did some people's opinion matter? I know why. Because you're still a loser. That's why it still matters to you. You're still a loser. But if you level up, you take what they say into consideration, right? Don't let it internalize you. Don't let it internalize itself inside of you. Then you'll level up. But you guys care too much about what people have to fucking say about you, and you fucking cry about it. You take it to heart. Why are you taking it to heart, bro? Why does it matter that much to you? Why did you give it that much power over you? Why? Why? It's because you're still a loser, bro. That's exactly why it has so much power over you. It's because you're still a loser. A loser. You're not elite. You're not that guy. You're not that guy yet. Yet. You'll become him when you start fixing all of the shit that's wrong with you, bro. That's when you'll become him. And until then, if you're always just gonna swat it down and be in defense mode, you're never gonna grow, bro. You're never gonna improve. I'm just gonna leave it off there, guys. Like I said, I started my Everyday Elite Academy. Hit the link in the description if you want to learn more. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a brutal summer for you guys, for you soy boys, bro. It's gonna be a brutal summer for you guys, bro. All you guys that don't want to change, don't want to better yourself, don't want to become elite, bro, it's gonna become a brutal summer for you guys. But hey, you either do it or you don't. Nothing changes if nothing changes. But all right, guys, I love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out. Until next time.